Hi, excuse me?
Oh, hi.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, you scared me.
Sorry.
I was totally singing in my head and then I started singing out loud and I was like, oh, good Lord, I hope no one heard that. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, what is it?
It's about your feet and mental health. I'm a foot photographer. So I teach...
foot photographer?
Yeah, so I teach other guys how to get over anxiety
Okay.
by talking to women and see how you feel about your feet, how you feel about guys that like women's feet.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
So I'm a foot photographer.
Okay, so you take pictures of feet.
Yeah, but
Okay.
my YouTube
Uh-huh.
is about teaching other guys and
Yeah.
other foot photographers how to get over anxiety
Okay.
to get foot models.
Okay.
And by being comfortable with themselves, like, you know, by being able to open up to women and communicate that they like feet.
Okay.
So I interview women,
Yeah.
different women, to see get different perspectives and
Okay.
get different perspectives, perceptions. I mean,
Okay.
how you feel about it. Is
That's
that cool?
fine.
All right.
I'm not like a foot person, but I
All
wouldn't
right.
mind like helping with information.
Awesome. Can we sit right there on the bench?
Yeah.
How you doing this morning?
That's
Just
good.
doing your morning walk?
Huh?
Getting your morning walk in?
Yeah, I'm not, well, I am from here, but
Okay.
I just recently moved out of state. And so I'm back visiting, and this is like my last morning walk before I have to head home. And
Okay. Where from?
I'm from Utah.
Utah.
I moved to Utah in January, and so at least I can afford my own studio out there, not here. So,
All right.
yeah.
Awesome. Let me have you sit right here, and I'll sit there. Sit right there.
Oh, okay.
So I can get the ocean background.
Yeah.
It'll be about 10 minutes, 10,
Yeah.
15 minutes. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Do I have to like say my name or anything?
Nah, it's anonymous and just a conversation. Be yourself. You ready?
Sure.
Okay, so what just happened just now? How did we get to this moment?
You just had a conversation with me,
Mm-hmm.
asking if I can do an interview about feet.
Right, and why'd you say yes?
Because I want to make sure that like people, I'm like really open to all kinds of different conversations.
Okay.
And if I can help other people, then you know.
All right, how do you feel about the subject matter?
About feet?
And guys that like women's feet, yeah.
Like that's all for them. Like they can, like that's their like fetish. They can enjoy that, and like it's not necessarily like a weird thing. Like personally, I know that I don't like feet. And I don't find that like sexually attractive, but I definitely think that like I can see the attractiveness. So like that's some good pair of feet right there, you know.
Okay.
I can see that, but like it's not like that uncommon or that weird or bizarre or creepy. You know?
Gotcha. Now, why did you automatically associate it with a fetish? That's interesting.
That's because that's what I think of. Like, well, that's like kind of like, and it's also really, really popular right now.
Yeah.
And like that has like the stigma to it, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
no, it's like a fetish, and it's just like
When did you first learn of the stigma?
on social media.
Social media?
Yeah, social media is a really, really big factor of it, and hearing about it that way, and like the jokes around it and things like
okay.
that.
Okay.
But like honestly, like when not that I've been in relationships with guys like that have like different fetishes that I'm not necessarily into.
Yeah.
But like when you care about somebody, when you like somebody, like not that you force yourself to get into that kind of stuff, but you're open to more of that kind of stuff because you care about that individual.
Gotcha.
And that aspect of it, and so to remain open to that.
Okay.
When it comes to things like that.
So you ever had a guy that was interested in your feet?
No.
No, really?
No, I actually haven't.
How often do you wear like sandals, open-toed shoes?
I actually don't.
You don't?
I grew up with like siblings and like sisters and everything,
Yeah.
and like my sister would always make fun of my feet.
Really?
And so now it's taken me a lot to be able to even show my feet in public.
Okay.
Like it takes a lot. Like I don't even go get pedicures or anything like that because
Really?
I get super self-conscious about my toes. And
That came from your sister?
That came from my sister. I've heard in my
Okay.
head saying, "Oh my gosh, you have such ugly feet and ugly toes."
Oh.
And now like I'm working on that because I was like, "No, it's my body. It's my toes. It does what it's supposed to. I'm really happy about them. Like, I
Yeah.
have a ton of them, you know." And trying to embrace that and like feel more comfortable about that.
So
But,
if a guy gave you a compliment about your feet, you feel good about it?
yeah.
Would that like cancel out the
It
feelings
definitely
that?
wouldn't cancel it out, but it would
No.
definitely be a good encouragement. And be
Yeah.
like, oh, I do have cute toes. You know what I mean? And it would help boost that confidence.
So
in
she
that
was,
part of it.
she was like repeating
Yeah.
into your mind.
It's been a constant thing. Like so, to the point where I would never wear any sandals, anything like that. And so like
Okay.
it's crazy like how someone's just like their words can affect you in such a long-term kind of way when it
Okay.
comes to that, especially people that you're closest to. But definitely when a stranger compliments you, it does feel
Okay, that's a good segue into the mental health aspect of it.
yeah.
My therapist taught me DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy.
Okay.
Have you heard of that before?
No, I have not.
So let's say you have like a fear of approaching strangers, like
Okay.
like a fear or anxiety of dealing with new people.
Uh-huh.
So DBT is designed to like to regulate your emotions.
Okay.
So when you start to feel anxious or uncomfortable, you do a self-assessment and you ask yourself, okay, in this situation, is it life-threatening? You know,
Yeah, am I safe?
Am I safe? If you are, you know, there's really no reason to be uncomfortable or anxious, and so you apply opposite action and you just do the opposite of what that feeling wants you to do. So if you want to withdraw because you're anxious,
or if you want to
engage,
run, stay.
You know, So after every occurrence, you note in your diary what happened. You know, was I mindful in the situation? Did I overcome my anxieties? Did I live in the moment? You know, and you just keep doing it over and over and over again, so you progress. And your diary, you go back and you look at it and see how far you progress. So these interviews that I do is like application of DBT.
Okay.
So guys can see how different women react to this type of topic. So they can be able to cope ahead and see how I apply DBT and see if the women can apply DBT. Like right now I'm going to ask you, would you be okay showing your feet on camera? Even though you don't like your feet, can you apply some DBT and show your bare feet?
Yes. I wish I would have done a pedicure if I knew I was enjoying my feet.
It's fine.
Yeah, like honestly, I've been trying to actually like work on that personally, like to know, like to kind of not, I don't want to say not care what people think, but essentially not care what people think and kind of just be myself and be confident in who I am. And not be afraid when it comes to certain things like this.
All right, so cool. Put your feet up here.
Oh, like up here?
Yeah. Keep your shoes on for a moment.
Okay.
So you're wearing Vans. I'm wearing Vans today.
Yes.
Okay, what size shoe are you?
I'm a size 7.5.
7.5.
I do have tiny feet.
And how tall are you?
I think I'm 5'5".
Okay, 5'5".
Yeah.
It's 5'5", 7.5. That's a good proportion, I think. All right, so remove your shoes, keep your socks on.
Okay, keep my socks on. I do like my socks. Today I wear special socks because I like feeling special with my socks.
Yeah.
And so I have special socks on because like I'm traveling home today, and so I'm like really excited, and I wear like special socks whenever it's like a big day or something like that. So I have my Stance socks on.
So you got your puppy socks on.
If you don't know that brand, it's a really expensive brand for sure.
Okay.
When it comes to socks.
You look like your big toe is longer than the rest of your toes. Is that true?
My big toe is definitely longer, and that's something I'm really self-conscious about.
Really?
My big toe is definitely longer because my sister would always compare my toes to her toes, and her toes are perfectly arched, like staircase toes, and mine are like all different and weird and
interesting,
like, everything like that.
Interesting.
So
when your big toe is longer, that is Egyptian toes.
Yeah, that's what I learned about too. Because I went to Greece, like I was like the tour guide was telling us to notice the statues on the toes. And the differences in the different cultures, whether it's Greek, whether it's Egyptian, and that was really fascinating and really cool. It kind of made me feel a little bit better about my toes.
Okay. Let your legs straight.
Okay. What do you mean, like straight?
Like out like that.
Oh, sorry.
Can I touch your feet?
No. I'm like, it's starting to get really, really hard because I'm really self-conscious now.
Really?
And I'm like, oh gosh, now I'm thinking about it. So.
See, okay, so what are you thinking? That's interesting. What do you say?
What I'm thinking is like, I just don't like my toes.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't even like looking at them, so I wouldn't want to.
Do you want to like your toes? How about that?
I want to learn to like my toes, and like that's something why I've been trying to make myself like, if I don't like my toes right now, then what am I gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it? That's very interesting.
Then I'm gonna get a manicure so I can actually enjoy looking at it, and I can like see how like the different colors and everything like that, and like take care of it. Right now they're not taken care of. That's why I'm like, oh no.
But this, I would say, this is like the first step because I'm bringing it to your conscious at least.
Yes. I'm like, it's been in my conscious for a while, but I never had like this kind of, I don't want to say confrontation towards it yet. So it's like, intimidating for sure.
I'm not going to insult you.
Okay.
I promise you. It's about, I'm trying to bring like
awareness,
positive awareness, because there's a lot of guys out there that appreciate women and their feet.
Yeah.
And you know, we enjoy these type of interactions, and that's why my YouTube is so popular, because it's bringing that awareness, and guys can and women can enjoy you know, the positive awareness about it.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay.
I can understand that, but that's where it gets difficult too, because I don't know anybody that would like enjoy my feet, and except for like these strangers that I don't even know, that I'm like, okay, that's kind of scary too, you know.
Well, maybe you could become a foot model. How about that?
Oh my gosh, I could not even imagine
then
that.
You would go into a whole new world, a whole new reality, you know.
That's true, but then I would still have to take care of my feet. Right now, they're again not taken care of, and
what do you mean, like no toenail polish?
That, like there's no nail polish, and this is gonna sound so gross, like saying out loud, 'cause I don't tell anybody this. I got a pedicure from one of my friends a long time ago, and I got a pedicure. And now it caused an ingrown toenail.
Oh, really?
And it's so painful and uncomfortable. And right now it's like really acting up. And so all the time I'm like, oh gosh.
Have you ever been to a podiatrist and got a medical pedicure?
I have not gotten a medical
pedicure.
Medical pedicure. That's like a tongue twister right there.
I recommend that because it's a pedicure, but it's done by a podiatrist.
Yeah.
So he'll look at your toes and like if you have an ungrown toenail, he'll heal
They'll
that.
Help fix it? Okay.
Yeah,
I will definitely have to do that because I'm getting so annoyed with it, and I'm just like, it's so obnoxious. Like.
So there you go.
But that's something I'm trying to also work on, like even at home with myself. Like I love socks, and like I have so many fun different socks, and so like at all times I'm always wearing socks. I never am barefoot, even when I'm in like my own studio and everything. So I've been trying to like take that extra step personally for me to be like, nope, I'm gonna have no socks on today. You know what I mean? Like, or when my boyfriend comes over, like I'm not wearing socks, and I'm gonna be okay, and I'm gonna be comfortable. Even I'm not gonna say, oh, don't look at my feet, because that's exactly what they're gonna do. But to be comfortable in that aspect of it, and feeling comfortable with my own self and my own body and my own toes.
All right.
I appreciate them.
Can we get those socks off then?
No.
No?
I don't do it anymore.
You don't want to do it anymore?
No, because I'm just like, now I'm like thinking about it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, my toes.
Don't think about it. See, that's the problem. When you start thinking about it, that's where depression and anxiety comes from.
Yeah.
Depression comes from thinking about bad situations from the past.
Yeah.
And anxiety is like
But this is like going from
imagining
like 0 to 60 so fast.
Okay.
Like I've liked my progress so far with like slowly like making sure my like socks are off during that time and everything like that. Now I'm talking about my own insecurities. So you're trying to address other people and be able to be upfront talking about it with girls and things like that. But I definitely think that's an important conversation to have, like when you're comfortable enough with somebody to have that. Okay. And that gets hard. Like if you want to talk to a stranger about that, that can get really difficult, especially if you don't know them. I can understand how there's that anxiety when it comes to that.
All right, so can we have at least your legs straight so I can like see them next to each other?
I have like they look really cute right now because they're
they do.
Socks.
Can you put them up here straight?
Yeah, up here straight. Like.
Yeah, like all the way up. There you go. Just like that. Toes up. Okay, now for me personally, I'm a soles guy. I like the soles of feet. I'm not so much a toes guy. I like the soles. Okay. The bottom of the feet. Yeah. Like I like when you fold them over and they wrinkle. I like the aesthetic of that. It's really pretty. So can we see that? I won't zoom in on your toes. No. I just want to look at the soles.
I don't think so. And plus, I'm sorry, I do have to go.
All right.
Because I am supposed to be meeting someone for breakfast.
Okay.
But I do appreciate this conversation.
So let's wrap it up.
I'm sorry. Okay. That's okay.
Let's wrap it up then. So, what did you think about this interview from beginning to end? Like, how was the experience?
It definitely was really interesting. I've never like had anything like this before. I've been interviewed before. That's why I think it's really fun and like open and like have fun to have those kind of conversations and everything. It's definitely bringing kind of like a different take on it and a different association with things like that.
Was it a pleasant experience?
Yeah, it was pleasant. It wasn't like weird or anything.
Cool. Is there anything about the interview that could have been better? You have any critiques? You have any recommendations? Last question. No?
I have no idea. Like I don't know because I haven't like had an interview like this. I don't know like what to compare it to or if it could be better or anything. It definitely helped me feel comfortable. I was happy it wasn't like in a public place. You weren't like, let's go down this weird alley and talk about feet, you know?
Yeah.
Which was nice.
All right. Any parting words?
Any parting words?
Yeah.
Be confident in who you are and what you enjoy. And don't hide it. Be confident in that. Something that I'm always going to constantly learn because I'm going to constantly grow, constantly change. And it's important to like who you are, including all those things.
Thank you very much for your time and energy, and have a safe trip back to Utah.
Yeah.
All right.
And not you too, but like you have a safe trip too.
All right.
Oh, man, awesome. How many of these interviews do you do all the time?
Daily?
Yeah.
I try to get in like at least like 3. I've done over 300 interviews.
That's crazy.
Maybe 400 now. Yeah.
Oh wow.
A lot.
That's cool.
Yep. That's it. No. All right then. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah.